2001 was such a valuable year in gaming. You had Halo over here revolutionizing the FPS genre, GTA 3 basically inventing the open world formula as we know it today, MGS2 being inventive as hell with its stealth espionage, one of the most highly esteemed fighting games still being played to this day, and that's really just scratching the surface. But most importantly, we had the game that kickstarted the hack and slash genre.
Let's rock, baby.
Never have I seen a more perfect example of a game trying its hand at something completely new and succeeding with flying colors from the jump. For this game alone, Capcom should be recognized as one of the most profound innovators in the gaming industry. The team set in place, Team Little Devils, were tasked to make a new IP for the company that oozed style and coolness.
Time to go to work, guys.
As many of you are aware, Devil May Cry was supposed to be Resident Evil 4. You could kind of tell with the look of Dante rivaling similarities with Leon Kennedy, but many on the board of staff felt the gameplay would not fit a Resident Evil title, so they just went balls to the wall with the concept of an over-the-top stylish action game. Play as Dante, a half-demon, half-human that specializes in hunting down demons because they took from him the people he held dearest, loosely based on the Divine Comedy with its characters' names included. The architecture being based on photographs taken in parts of the UK and Spain, everything is like, ooh, ah, oh my god. The atmosphere is perfectly brooding with just a hint of cheesiness that complements this thick, dark Victorian aesthetic. You got environments like this in 2001, Capcom? Capcom, you're spoiling me over here. On top of the beautiful detail accurate environments, you got hands down one of the most innovative combat systems to ever come out on video games, period. Depending on how good you juggle combos with your enemies, you get a D to S grade with the invention of the stylish ranking system. You also get a rank at the end of every mission depending on your total time, combos, and amounts of orbs you collected. This really incentivizes you to replay this game multiple times, especially if you want to find all the secret missions veiled throughout the game. No matter how much you want to pad Devil May Cry out, this game is still really short. Even if this is your first rodeo, 6 hours on a first playthrough is not unheard of. Once you get familiar with the game's mechanics, you can skim through it in half that time. Short as it is, DMC1 is no walk in the park. The game is hard, but totally fair. You'll just get thrown into a difficult fight and the game is like, alright, man up, figure out the boss's weakness and take advantage of that. While most of the game's fights relying on this trial by fire formula, it feels extremely rewarding when you best the boss fight that made it look like you never picked up a video game in your life on the initial try. Do yourself a favor and try to practice your combos with these base enemies. This will also increase your orb count as long as you don't die during the mission. Collecting these red orbs will allow you to purchase upgrades to your weapons and unlock new moves. You get this air raid move I really love where you fucking zap these fuckers to death. And this spin move when you're in Devil Trigger mode, when facing this annoying Griffin fight, this does come in handy. Look, I'm a fucking ballerina. Or if you just want to play the game on easy mode, upgrade everything with Effort, which are these slow but heavy hitting flame gauntlets. These are my favorite, hands down. And then when you activate your Devil Trigger with these, forget about it. Who the fuck said these are slow? With these I've achieved my longest stream of combos. Complementing your main weaponry are your devil arms. They make combat that much more varied and fresh. Keep multiple enemies airbound with ebony and ivory handguns. Deal damage to large crowds with the shotgun. Totally obliterate enemies with your grenade launcher. Spam Nightmare Beta just to kill everything on screen while blindfolded. Shoot enemies with the needle gun only in these underwater sections. Okay. Devil May Cry is one of my favorite games of all time if you couldn't tell by now, so it's a little hard to point out some possible shortcomings I can overlook being as big of a fan as I am of the game, but I concocted a list. Capcom, why make me fight this annoying ass Griffin 3 times? First time was a perfectly good fight, but why make me fight him 2 more times and make each fight progressively more annoying? The checkpoint system isn't exactly the best. Item permanence is also a little bit annoying as none of your stats reset through every mission. So if you used up all of your yellow orbs at the beginning of the game, which is objectively the easier part of the game, the latter parts of the game will have you start over from your last save point. These yellow orbs are expensive and the price raises with each purchase. The fixed camera can sometimes really suck. Depending on Dante's placement, the camera angle will change to where sometimes you lose total sight of the enemy you're fighting, and it can feel really cheap. I do love the system because it gives that game that cinematic charm, but damn, sometimes you're battling more than what's on the screen because you're fighting the camera guy too. It really is remarkable how Capcom got so many things right at their first crack at an exceedingly stylish action game. This game is timeless, so if you haven't played Devil May Cry yet, all I gotta say is the gall of you. The disrespect. Go do yourself a favor and play through this classic and pay your respects, because next time I check in with you and you haven't played this yet, I might not be as kind. Oh boy, with this game being so good, I can't wait to see what Capcom comes up with when they make the sequel. Wait, why is the music so scary all of a sudden?